Hello, everybody, and welcome to Mental Health Mondays. My name is Kelli Hansen. I am the founder of BCC Evolution, and on Mental Health Mondays, we talk to those that may be struggling or live with or experience a mental health challenge, advocates for mental health, or professionals in the space. And we speak to special guests to share their story. And today, my guest is Dina, and she is going to share her story with us. So I will bring her up here. Hi, Dina. Thank you so much for joining me today.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell the audience a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Dina Lobo, and I am a trauma support specialist, a life coach. I help women with their emotional and mental roadblocks so they can live a life that they truly desired.
Amazing. I definitely, trauma is one of those topics that I talk a lot about because it's definitely something that we don't talk enough about.
That's so true, Kelly. And it's so important today to speak up so people know that they're not alone. People can relate to where you are. So I just love one of those quotes what my mentors say, your mess is your message, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. So what I do is really connect with people and do that deep working and really help them to connect to themselves, to who they are at the core. What is their essence, right? So what happens is when people go through trauma, they really have this total disconnect from who they are. Some people have identity, issues, and some people have emotional numbing. They don't have any kind of excitement anymore in their life. They feel like they don't have any social life anymore. They feel like that negative narrative day after day after day, right? Just imagine like a bear coming to your house day after day after day. So we have that visitor, that is the pain that they see constantly. So that is where I help women with connecting to their to their soul, to their divinity, to who they are really, and really help them see the other perspective to it, see the greatness in them, tell them that, hey, this is not just it, everybody deserves a transformation, right? Everybody deserves another chance, another life, like where you have so many big dreams and big goals, but you feel like you're stuck. And that is where I help women with.
Ooh, I love that. And definitely, I mean, is there like a specific age range that you help, or is it just women in general?
Right. So I help women anywhere between 25, 30 to up to 70. Really. So I have my clients are internationally. I live in Canada, but yeah, I help national, international clients. And what really gets connected to me is, these women are so loving and they have so many great things, but we all have fears. We have fears to reach out to people, right? And so what I tell them really is, how can I help you today? And then we start opening up the conversation. And what I really notice with these women is we all create those templates. It could be from a painful past experience, or it could be something that we've not processed fully from, each one of these developmental psychology stages as a child, as a teenager, as a young adult, right? Or maybe a broken relationship as an adult. So I help with all of these different cases. Yeah.
Wow. And what got you into doing this work?
Right. It was me connecting to who I was. It is me doing the deep work myself. I felt like there was a total mismatch with what I was doing currently. And I felt like all of this trapped energy within me was showing in very funky behaviors with my current relationships. So when I got diagnosed with something personally, and that had a lot of trauma that caused me, and with that came in that realization that it is not just this current trauma that I'm facing, but something that I've not processed fully from the past. And then I had a major breakthrough, like when I had issues becoming a mom, right? I had this diagnosis, I had like flare ups, I had like this chronic thing happening back to back to back infections. And I'm like, what, why me? But then one fine day when I had this breakthrough, I understood that, Dina, it is so important to grieve your loss. It's not just people who pass away, but also in your life. Your good health, your happiness, the abundance. There's so many areas in your life I myself had to deal with. And when I took that time to connect to myself, Kelly, oh my God, I got connected to my divinity. And that was so beautiful. It was so motivating, encouraging. And that showed me a clear path where I was connecting to my purpose work. That, Dina, all this time I was just blindfolded, focusing so much on the negativity that is something that is not going right in my life. But what if I just started imagining having that baby, having this beautiful family, having a good life, having teaching women, helping them? Everything changed for me. I
Wow.
started getting positive thoughts, right? I even became a life coach, and everything was like, Tina, this is how you're connecting dots. Well, these negative experiences I realized were equally important because that is what got connected to, my divinity, my soul, who I was really, my essence. And everything lit up from then on. Like I was able to shine my brilliance.
Wow. So I know a lot of times, or in my experience, it's been one person or maybe like an event you go to that really starts to make that shift. Was that the case for you also, or?
Well, for myself, I think it was personal experiences. Like
Mm,
I said, it was, I was seeing that major disconnect from my goals to who I was, to my
mm,
realities, to my thoughts, and everything that I seemed like it wasn't a smooth curve. I knew that, oh, things were going good, and then I would fall real bad, like it was
mm,
a roller coaster ride for me. And then I happened to see universe sending me those signs on Facebook saying that, okay, I started loving this personal development videos, or I used to go to YouTube, and then I really got connected to this person, Mandy Morris, where I took some classes from her,
mm.
did the mindset work, did the inner healing. I became a life coach, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing how this helped me, and I want to help other women, right? To
Yeah.
and lately my clients are seeing major wins, like back to back. I just happened to release my last cohort mid December or mid November, and we're just halfway through. And people are really getting connected to their purpose work, and people are really breaking their ceiling and saying that, hey, this is not it. How much better can it get, right?
Yeah.
And all of that is possible because I was able to see the bigger picture for myself, right? I used to self sabotage all the time. I used to
Mm,
limit myself all the time. I used to people please. I used to procrastinate. I used to feel like this is the best it can get, Dina. But now I know, no. When those fears kick in, when there's that imposter syndrome, or when we feel like really that there's that major disconnect, I take a pause. I want more clarity. Ask why? Why do I feel like this? Why
mm,
do I have these intense emotions? Right? Why do I feel the pain? Is it whatever I'm doing right now? Is it an alignment to who I am? And I feel like when I keep answering all of these questions, right, that gives me a purpose, a bigger purpose to stand up tall and to really know why am I doing this, right?
mm.
So that is what I want to tell your audience. Whenever you have this mental confusion or the battle that you're going on, take a pause. Understand what is your big why, right? Understand why are you doing this? See if you can have a other perspective to life and not just have that the same old narrative that is dragging you down literally, and you see that this is the best it can get and this is where I am, and that becomes a reality.
Yeah, and I mean, thinking about the holidays that everybody just went through, and sometimes people really struggle as they go through the holidays, and a lot of this is starting to come up more prominent probably in the new year, especially with women, because it's like if you have children, you're worried about getting Christmas and all of that done. And then you come into January and you're like, oh, I got to set this resolution and I got to do this and do that. And a lot of times you just feel really, or can potentially feel really, really stuck. So I mean, just the work in general that you do, it just sounds like an extra added benefit for women and mothers in general.
Yes. So what happens is usually like that's a great point. We often have that momentum, maybe for a week, maybe for 2 weeks, and then we circle back. Like we fall real hard or crash real bad, and then we're like, just want to curl up in the bed, don't want to do anything, right? And that is what I help, women with as well. Like, how can you have a smooth curve and not have this? Your life need not look like a roller coaster. What we need to realize today is all of those bad experiences are actually they're teaching us something. Really, there is a hidden blessing between each one of those dots. If you can connect them beautifully, look back and see, why did that happen for me, right? What am I learning out of this, right? Is it that today, is it helping you if you grieve that loss of, maybe you wanted to be somewhere, but because of COVID or anything, you couldn't be there? Or maybe it's a relationship, it's a broken relationship, maybe your finances, maybe it's your health, maybe you know what, you want to become a mom, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Today, picture that different perspective, have a positive thought, and that is how we create these new neural pathways, because our subconscious mind always likes to take the shortcut of something that we've been telling it over and over again, right? Now for you to have that transformation, it's a process, it won't happen overnight, but you have to be so deliberate, focused, and so intentional, and really understand your bigger goal and break that down. And every day do something that will propel you to take that positive action so that you keep showing for yourself stronger every single day.
Yeah, definitely. And you reminded me of something that I've heard from one of my mentors multiple times is life is happening for you, not to you. I mean, Tony Robbins says that all the time,
All
right?
the time. Yeah.
And so, yeah, you definitely is life actually happening for you, or are you allowing it to happen to you? So I think those are all just amazing points. So if the viewers want to get a hold of you and if we have women that are watching that are like, I need Dina, how can they
Yes,
get a hold of you?
I would be so happy to serve your audience. You can reach me on Instagram and LinkedIn are my main profiles. Instagram handle is Dina Lobo Lewis. So you see my name on here. You can find me there, and on LinkedIn it's Dina Lobo. And you can DM me, and I would be so happy to give you a breakthrough complimentary session and help you map some of the actionable steps that you can incorporate right away. And one of the takeaways for your audience, just before I say goodbye, I just know that each of these bad experiences, if you're able to connect those dots, it needs to be like a springboard. It needs to be you taking off from there. Because if I wouldn't have been through those negative experiences, I wouldn't have been able to stand up tall today to serve other women, right?
Yeah.
And that is a big takeaway.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely make sure that you're using them as a learning experience instead of
Yes.
allowing it to keep you stuck where you're at. So I love that you made that point. Well, I appreciate you so much coming on, and you heard her say she will give you a free transformational consultation.
Yes.
And if you reach out to Dina, and I will drop her information in the comments for anybody that wants to contact her. But I thank you so much for joining me today, Dina. It was a
So much, Kelly.
pleasure.
I can also pass my website to you as well. Thank you so
Yes,
much for this opportunity. Thank you.
that would be amazing. Thank you. So this concludes our episode for Mental Health Monday. If that was useful for you, make sure you drop some comments below. Again, I will share Dina's information for those women out here, wherever we are, that want to get in contact with her and really do that deep dive into your soul and bring out all the goodness and let life happen for you versus to you. So thank you for joining us again, and we'll see you on the next episode.